Hi, audience. Welcome to this week's Science Minutes. I'm here live in Dallas, and I'm here with Liang Mei, a student from North Carolina. And Merlin is here to tell us about the issue of global warming and what caused global warming and how can we do to fix it. Welcome to the show, Merlin.
Well, thank you for having me. Well, first of all, global warming is a big issue in the United States and the world. Global warming is an increase in temperature caused by man made objects. What caused global warming is really our excessive use of fossil fuel. With more fossil fuels being burned, more greenhouse gases and more toxic waste are sent into the atmosphere. So, with so much waste and junk in the atmosphere, it clogs it up, and the solar energy that usually comes down from the sun and bounces back into space, it can't go there anymore and it gets trapped in the atmosphere. With the solar energy trapped in the atmosphere, the Earth will have an increase in temperature because there's so much heat from that solar energy. By the end of the century, there's going to be a roughly 3 to 9 degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature.
Okay, sounds very interesting. What are some of the consequences if we don't want to fix global warming?
Well, for one, the young and the elderly will definitely suffer. Their health is going to deteriorate with an increase in heat waves. With all the heat waves there, they'll suffer from more illnesses and even more death. Young adults too will suffer as well from disease-spreading insects. Those insects really thrive in hot temperature, and they'll be able to spread their diseases around to people much quicker that way. Foodborne illnesses also seem to thrive really well in hot temperature as well.
You know, we as humans cannot be the only one who are experiencing this type of climate change. How are the animals being impacted by the global warming and the climate change at this point?
Well, you know for a fact that animals might be hurt even more than we are by global warming. 20 to 30% of all animal and plant species will go extinct from just a rise in temperature. The animals living at the polar ice caps will lose their homes because the ice caps there will melt and deteriorate. The CO2 emissions that we give off from the fossil fuels will cause the oceans to be more acidic, which means that the fish and all the oceanic wildlife there will soon maybe die off from acidic oceans, as well as all the coral reefs there. About 97% will die off from just a 3.6 degree increase in temperature.
Well, there must be a way to fix this problem. How can we fix it? What is the silver bullet?
STEM will be the key to tackling this problem. We must find a cleaner energy in order to replace the fossil fuels and be key in solving the issue. With more cleaner energy, we won't be using that fossil fuel, which basically cause global warming in the first place. The engineers and educators and scientists to STEM will be important in fighting this issue. They'll be able to create the technology needed in order to harness the solar, the biomass, the hydro, and the wind energy that we can use to replace fossil fuels. STEM will be the key to fixing this problem.
That sounds great. I know STEM is like a huge field out there. You know, you are talking the talk. How are you gonna walk the walk? Can you tell me what are you gonna do as an average person out there? For you or a person like me, how can we impact the society from this point?
As well as along with the things I want to do with STEM, I can also do things that aren't STEM related. The big key to helping end the global warming problem is to educate people. Do you know that 36% of all people think that global warming is a hoax? That's wrong, and it's definitely a misconception. If I can talk to them and get them to know what the real problem of global warming is and how badly it could impact the future, I know they'll change their minds. What they can do and what I can do as well as other people is basically speak up. The senators and the representatives of our government, we can let our voice be heard and tell them that we need more energy efficient bills and laws in place. As well as speaking up to our senators, we can also do very little things as well. We can carpool with other people, we can unplug electronics when they're not in use, and we can even change light bulbs to more energy efficient light bulbs. While that may seem like a very little thing, like only one person, how can it help? But if a bunch of people band together and all do it as well, it will make a big difference.
Well, sounds very interesting. I hope our audience takes some of the key points. This is it for this week's Science Minutes. Thank you for watching. We will catch you up next time. And remember, no text and driving. Have a great day.